Yo YouTube, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another Shrine Showcase video. This one's coming out a little bit late, but if you guys have not seen this series, I upload these every Wednesday, or it might be Thursdays now that I've changed my sleep schedule around. Where we take the two killer perks in the shrine and we talk about them, we throw them together into a build, I showcase what they're all about, and then at the end I give my final thoughts on them and talk about whether or not I think they're worth spending your hard-earned shards on. So this time around, we have two perks that I think are pretty difficult to show off, I guess, which is Stridor and Agitation. This is like a video where I'm not even really sure what I'm going to do for this. But these are the two perks for killer in this shrine. We actually have some pretty good survivor perks, but again, this isn't about survivor, so I'm going to ignore these. But a casual side note, if you guys do play survivor, these are both pretty solid. And maybe that's a separate series I can do. I can maybe do a series where I do the survivor ones as well. I don't know. But let's go through these together in a build, and then we'll talk a little bit more about them. Okay, so I guess reluctantly I need to do Spirit. I feel like I don't like playing Spirit, but if I want to showcase Stridor, I feel like this is probably the best bet, right? I think I did one of these before with Stridor where I didn't play Spirit, or maybe I did, I can't remember. But either way, this perk just yells Spirit. This just screams Spirit, man. It is such a Spirit perk. So let's talk about both perks real quick. I mean, we'll start with Stridor since I was just talking about it. This is a perk that just makes it so that survivors that are in pain, they're like grunts of pain are 50% louder. But also when they're not in pain, when they're like full health, their breathing is 25% louder. So they're basically just louder. The noises they make are louder. And what's actually interesting about this perk that a lot of people might not realize when you first glance at it is that this actually counters Iron Will. Here, let's go look at Iron Will real quick. This actually counters a very common perk that you'll see, which is Iron Will on Survivor. Is a very, very common perk that this actually counters, because a lot of people run this, and they especially run this to counterplay killers like Spirit, right? They don't like to play, or sorry, like a lot of people run this because it's good, but it also is really, really good if you're into a Spirit, because Spirits kind of rely on the sounds that you make to catch you while you're in your power, and this makes you completely silent. But what's interesting is this reduces your sounds by 100%. But then Stridor then takes that and then bumps it up. And I don't really know how the interaction works. I'm not a coder or anything, but somehow it ends up making you end up making sound at 25 to 50% volume overall, right? So it's less loud than it normally would be, but you still do make sound through Iron Will. So this basically counters Iron Will is what I'm getting at. And Iron Will is what counters this killer. So you can kind of counter your counter by running this perk. It's kind of insane. It's kind of nuts. So that's Stridor. Agitation is a perk that just makes you move faster while you're transporting bodies on your shoulder by 18%, which is a pretty solid speed increase. That's pretty fast. But also your tear radius gets bigger as well, which is not really used in that many things, but there is some stuff that you could use that for. There's some weird niche things that can come in useful for. But essentially this perk is mostly just to carry people faster. Something I want to mention about this perk as well that might not be realized, even though it's only 18% speed, if you compare this to Iron Grass, which is the most obvious comparison, because Iron Grass is a perk that makes it so that the time to struggle is increased by 12. You actually get, if you go in a straight line with Agitation and Iron Grasp, you get further with Agitation before a survivor wiggles out. So Agitation is actually better than Iron Grasp as far as getting someone to a really far away hook, unless somebody's body blocking. If somebody's body blocking, then obviously you're not getting full advantage of your speed, because you're having to hit them and then slow down and blah blah blah. But if nobody is taking hits and body blocking, Agitation is better for getting a long distance than Iron Grasp. So that's another thing. That's another cool thing about Agitation as well. Pretty solid perk. So the rest of our build is just going to be good Spirit perks, which is Savvy, Butcher, and Corrupt. Just slow down, just, because we're not a very fast killer, so having slow down is nice. And our add-ons are also just standard, decent add-ons. I'm not running the best, but we're running the one that gives you a bigger dash when you're coming out of your cloak, and then one that makes it so your charge speed's faster. Nothing too crazy. And yeah, let's go play some games. Okay, Azerovs. Also, I want to go ahead and throw out there that this video is being recorded during the MMR playtest. They're doing a thing where the MMR is active for the next, I don't know, 24 hours or something. And I really have no idea how it's going to work for me for Spirit. It's kind of interesting that I chose Spirit for this, because Spirit is a killer that I've probably played the least out of almost all the killers. But at the same time, I feel like when I do play Spirit, I usually perform semi-okay, just because she's a pretty solid killer. So I feel like because of that, I don't really know how this is going to go. I feel like these guys either might be absolute legends, They might just be gods of... I can hear him breathing. Wait. I was talking. I fucked myself over because I was talking. I heard breathing, but I couldn't tell where it was because of my own dumb voice. Okay, I heard him this time for sure. I think it was this guy that I heard breathing. Anyway, I don't really know how this is gonna go because again, I don't really play Spirit much. So like, I'm not sure what type of gamers it's gonna give me. It might give me like absolute gods because like the few the few times I do play with her, I do decently well, or it might give me like complete potatoes. You guys, I don't know if you guys can hear that. The thing about Stridor and trying to showcase it is really hard because I don't know how, like, I don't think you guys can hear quite as well as I can hear. But that dude literally breathed in my ears. Like, I was literally walking along and he was like, hi, Tofu. Oh. You know, like, I literally I could hear him clear as day. And that's literally Stridor. Like, that's literally what Stridor does. So, I don't know. It sucks. I can't really showcase it if you can't hear it. This one's more obvious. You can definitely hear that one. Like, that one is much more obvious. I'm very confident that everybody watching can probably hear that one. She's like, he's like fucking moaning very, very loudly in my ear, which is a weird thing to say about Steve. But regardless, I think you get the general idea behind it. Let's see if we can do it again. I kind of got to be quiet here too. It was actually so... Wow. It was actually so loud that I couldn't even really tell like what she was doing or like where she was. I'm actually gonna wait for my power here because I kind of have her in a spot here where she's gonna die. She's just walking off to the side. I'm just gonna, yeah, I can see the grass moving. No, I didn't know there was a pallet here. Oh, I fucked it, dude. I'm so stupid. I didn't realize. I thought it was a dead zone. Again, you can hear her breathing. This is taking a little bit of getting used to for me, to be honest with you, because I don't run this kind of thing a lot. So it's like it's a little bit of like a learning experience. It takes some time to like get used to like the sounds and knowing exactly where they are. Because again, I'm not used to really running this, but we'll try it again. Well, that one was pretty easy. She kind of just vaulted and didn't really try to hide where she was at all. So there you go, perfect. I mean, I'm really hoping that someone here has Iron Will because I think it'll be really interesting to hear the like slightly muffled cries of pain, you know? I think that should be kind of interesting. Go after this guy. All right. I mean, you can hear the footsteps, you can hear the breathing, you can see that like I feel like these guys aren't really, I was hoping they would go for some like really interesting mind games where they like, you know, try to be unpredictable and go weird directions, but they're not really doing it. They're kind of just playing pretty predictably. Also, they're not healing, which is kind of bold. Like, again, you could just hear them clear as day. Like, you literally hear them clear as day. Like, you could just pinpoint exactly where they are because you just hear the moans, you know? You could just hear the moans. Come here, friend. Come, friend. Come. Basement's there, but I'm not gonna bother basementing them. What's cool about Agitation, so let's talk a little bit more about Agi and not Stridor. What's cool about Agitation, and the main thing that I think is the benefit of Agitation, oh, they picked this dude up. Or did he pick himself up? Is there 2 blood here? Yeah, there is. The coolest thing I think about Agitation, let me listen for him real quick. The coolest thing I think about Agitation is the fact that like this time sync right here of like picking this guy up and then carrying him to a hook, right? This little time sync is kind of important because like right now, for instance, like the other survivors are on their way to that hook to get the unhook. So like me being able to do this a little bit faster allows me to follow up and get these hits a little bit faster, right? Like it saves you time in really important times, like right now, where usually you're just doing like literally like shit that just does nothing, right? I'm actually gonna turn around. Wait, what? It like went for a grab and then it was like, just kidding, and then it didn't get the grab. I might get DS'd, I don't know. I feel like all these guys could potentially DS me. Okay, they didn't, cool. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, it saves you time. It saves you time at like a point in time in the game where it's really good to save time, you know? Oh my god. See, okay, here's a problem I have with Stridor on Spirit, is I feel like sometimes the survivors are too loud, if that makes sense. Like that Cheryl was so loud in the direction of in front of me that I thought she was directly in front of me, but she wasn't. She was like a little bit off to the side, you know? Like she was a little bit further than I thought. Okay, she is like just running to the exact opposite corner, which is really smart. That's what she should be doing, but that also means it's not worth chasing her. So I'm just gonna go back and get the hook on this Cheryl. But yeah, that's kind of an issue I have with Stridor, and I think this is something that comes from getting used to it, you know? Like, I think if I use this perk more, I think that would go away, where, like, that would happen much, much less. But right now, because I don't really, first off, I don't play Spirit very much, and when I do play Spirit, I usually don't run Stridor. So, like, it's all just kind of not very practiced on me, you know? I feel like that's only one set of scratch marks. Did the other guy try to stealth? No, he just did this gen. I see. You gonna vault that? Oh, wait a minute. It's been a minute since you've been unhooked, right? I'm pretty sure your DS is gonna be down pretty soon. Right? Right? I'm gonna give it like another like 5 seconds. And I think your DS is done. I feel like your DS is probably done. Right? Fuck! Oh, come on. I had to be so close. God damn it. Okay, we'll just kill him anyway. Fuck him. Oh, I got stuck. That was really stupid of me. I got stuck on that tree. All right, we will just kill him anyway. I'm pretty confident we can do it. Are they letting that guy die, by the way? Okay, they almost let that guy die. We'll let him vault this, and we'll do the old spirit mind game, baby. The old spirit mind game. Oh, you got mind game, brother. You got straight up mind game. My brain is just superior, dude. Wow, I'm just so good at video games. I'm kind of mad that I let this guy DS me. I literally knew he had it, and I tried to fucking do the thing where I like waited it out for the most part. Just didn't work. All right, touche. I basically need to slug these guys. That Meg is probably doing a general on our side of the map, so this just kind of depends on how many adrenalines there are. And neither one of these guys had adrenaline, so that is really, really good for me. All right, let me slug him, and then let me go back and try to find this Meg. She'll probably be going for this unhook, I imagine. Or she'll just be getting a door and leaving. I don't know. She basically has a choice between getting a door and leaving or going for this unhook, and here she is. No, they had Unbreakable, dude. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's so unlucky that they had Unbreakable, man. Well, you know what? We still might be able to make things happen. I gotta kill her really quick, and then I can turn around and try to find that Meg. The Meg might be getting that unhook, though. Which is really unfortunate. If she makes it, that's gonna be... Oh, that's so unfortunate. And he had adrenaline, too. That is so unlucky. We're just straight up losing the perks right now. That's so unlucky, dude. Like, we 100% had this if any one of those perks, like, if this guy didn't have adrenaline, if that one guy didn't have Unbreakable, if the DS didn't come in, we're straight up losing the perks right now, which is so sad. I mean, we could have played this game better overall, so, like, I can't really be too mad. Honestly, if I can kill anyone, I want it to be this guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy for his, like, bullshit DS plays. So I'm gonna kill this guy. Since it's gotten to the point where I feel like I'm just gonna choose 1 or 2 people to kill, this is one of the guys I want to kill. I'm making the conscious choice to make sure that this Felix is one of the people that dies. I am cool with this. I am a-okay with this. Everyone's on death hook. If you look down at the hook counter, there's only 4 slots left. So all 4 people are on death hook. That is so unfortunate, dude. This game was so close. This was such a close one. And we ended up with only 1 kill, which is actually fine. I mean, I feel like this is one of those times where getting 1 kill is totally fine, considering we fucking hooked people like 10 bajillion gazillion times. Like, I still feel like we played this pretty well. I imagine the game, you know, I imagine like the pip system that doesn't matter anymore because MMR is live is still gonna go well. So, hey, GG's. GG's, none too shabby. GG's. Let's take a look. How did we do? How many blood points did we get? A lot of blood points. Pip system was okay. Pip system was okay. He said, Lamau, you thought. That was corny. What? 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 I don't understand. What are they saying? Suck a dick. Oh. You are all salty idiots. Got it. Got it. Got it. Makes sense. Gotcha. All right. Makes sense. These guys are mad for literally no reason. Makes sense. It was just whack. Your mom's pussy is salty. Okay. These guys are Probably 12. Okay. Okay, so you're probably all 12 and very upset. I got it. I got it. Have fun next game. GG's. Sweet, dude. I think MMR is going to give me more salty douchebags. This is great. This is great. I love this. I want more of this, man. This is amazing. Dude, if this happens more often, the entertainment factor, dude, the amusement factor of DBD is going to be through the roof, baby. I love when this happens. I love when I get salty idiots like this. It is such a good time. They kind of suck at insulting, though. That's like my favorite thing about people like this is like seeing how they struggle to insult. Like, I gotta say, nothing they've said has been even remotely like, my feelings aren't even like scratched. Like, they're not even remotely hurt at all. They're kind of horrible at it. They should just stick to being nice, because they're pretty bad at being mean. I gotta say, like, they're pretty horrible at it. But hey, GG's boys, let's go do game 2. Let's go do game 2. Okay, round 2. We got the same build this time, so we didn't really change anything. We're kind of just doing the exact same thing again, because I feel like it's really all we can do. I don't think there's really anything I could change in this to make it any better of a showcase, you know, unless I just did a whole separate killer. But even then, I don't really know. You know, I don't really know like who I could show better. So yeah, we'll see how this game goes. Hopefully these guys are also salty idiots in post game chat. That was pretty great. I like that a lot. Hey, there was a Quentin. I'm just gonna swing at it. I was gonna say, I feel like with the way he's playing, there's a pretty decent chance that he might just not do it in time, you know? Man, it sounds so loud, dude. Stridor is crazy because of how loud it makes people. Like, that dude sounded like he was literally right in front of me. Like, he sounded like if I like reappeared, I would be literally touching him. But he was like kind of far away. This is actually why I usually don't run Stridor. So like Stridor's weird because to me it feels like it can either be a benefit or like a downside, you know? And to me it feels like it just depends on how much you use it. Like, it feels like if you use Stridor a lot and you get used to it, then I feel like, why would you hide there? I feel like if you use Stridor a lot and get used to it, then there's probably no downside, right? Dude, it sounds like she's right in front of me. But like, for me, I'm not used to having Stridor. So like, when I hear somebody that loud, like when I hear somebody moaning that fucking loud, I'm like, oh yeah, they're directly in front of me, right? Like, they're so loud that they must be right in front of me. It makes people that are like 8 meters away sound like they're 2 meters away, which can be confusing, you know? So I feel like it's one of those things where like Stridor is like, it's like one of those perks. I mentioned perks like this a lot. I think Bloodhound is kind of like this. I think you can even say Shadowborn is kind of like this, where if you get used to playing with this perk, it's gonna make it really, really difficult to take off this perk, you know? Like, if you get used to like the volume of survivors and like how far away they are per volume. Let me just have a listen. Like, I think this guy might have Iron Will, by the way. Well, did he? That was still pretty loud. I don't know. I'm not sure if that was just Nancy or if that was Iron Will, but he was way less loud than the others. But anyway, I feel like if you get used to like the volume to distance ratio of injured survivors, right? Like, if like me, I've been playing this game for so many years that I'm kind of used to like, I'm used to not having Stridor. Like, I've played this game for like 8,000 hours. Probably like 30 of those hours have been with Stridor, you know? So to me, it's very odd to hear because I'm so used to like the normal range that hearing the range of them being louder is just very awkward to me. But let's listen again. Oh my god, that's odd. It's odd. They're so loud. It's so loud. I mean, it's cool though. I mean, it's good. It's definitely not a bad thing. And again, if you're somebody who like wants to be a Spirit player, like if you're really interested in Spirit, again, this perk isn't just good on Spirit though. I should probably say this perk is also pretty good on like Nurse. Basically any killer where you want to like be able to track. I could not hit that Dwight if I tried. I couldn't even hit him even if I wanted to. What the fuck was that? He was like inside her body. Well, I guess I kind of have to down this fucking Nancy now because I already committed to like getting the one hit on her. Which is pretty unfortunate because I didn't want to. I wanted to get that Dwight, but you know, what are you gonna do? That's so weird. I don't know why the unhook was like through her body. That was really odd. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah. It's good on basically any killer. This guy definitely has DS. This guy like 100 million% has DS. I'm gonna go get DS'd by this Nancy to get it out of the way, and then I'll I'm basically fucked here. You know what? I'm not getting DS'd by either one of them. Fuck them. Fuck them. They can stay on the ground. Fuck them. Fuck them. Well, I'll head up here and see if we can hear them out. I just heard him drop. Yeah, he's already way too far away. And they both got picked up. That's okay, because they had to spend time picking him up, so that's okay with me. Get the hit on him real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. This dude thought he had it all figured out, dude. He thought he had life all figured out. He's like, bro, I can just keep flashlighting her. I can just keep flashlighting her and she can't do anything because all now it'll be blind. Oh, that was great. That was some good stuff. Oh, someone's here. Oh, someone is here. Oh, she slow vaulted this. Yeah, I think she has Iron Will. I also hear this dude behind me. Yeah, that guy was super loud behind me, but I'm almost positive that this dude has Iron Will. Like, he is definitely like, you hear how you can hear her, but she's like less quiet, or she's like more quiet than the others. I'm pretty sure she has Iron Will, which is cool. Like, that goes to show that this perk literally counters Iron Will, which is nuts. Because again, Iron Will is the perk. Why does this keep happening? Is it like this hook? Why is it that when people unhook here, it like goes through their body? Yo, I actually want that Quentin. Back up off my Quentin. Back the fuck up off my Quentin, dude. That boy is mine. That is my Quentin. You back the fuck up. He is mine. Anyway, that might be like a bug with this particular hook, maybe, because it keeps happening. It makes it very, very awkward. We'll just hook her real quick, too. I don't know if I've even hooked this Jane at all. Have I even seen this Jane? I don't know. We'll slap her on this hook. And then, oh, there's a blood. There's a pile of blood. Where was it going? Hey! This dude is most likely going to DS me, but that's okay. That's okay, because the game's pretty much already over. Like, there's only, like, we already got someone dead. Yeah, that's totally fine. He'll probably kill himself to get that unhooked now, which is fine, because he'll be dead. Bro, it keeps happening! I just want to hit the person unhooking. I mean, that time, I think he just positioned himself right, is what happened there. That guy was completely silent when he was healing. At least at first. That was weird. I went right through him and I didn't hear him healing at all until like a second later. That was weird. That was just some weird sound interaction, I guess. Oh, he's actually not dead yet. That's still okay. Because now he doesn't have DS and he's going to be on death hook soon. So we're still in a great spot now. It does not matter. It does not matter at all. I will say Agitation, I felt like hasn't really done much for us in either one of these games. Which to me is kind of expected. Like, I don't really think Agitation is like a top tier perk or anything. It's like okay. It's like okay, and I feel like I'm showcasing it as what it is. It's just okay. I feel like I would probably be doing a lot better in both of these games if I had something other than Agitation in this build, right? Like anything other than Agitation probably probably would do better here. I feel like Agitation really, I might get DS'd by this guy too. I feel like really the only good use of Agitation, in my opinion, is if you're doing like some kind of like a basement build, right? If you really want to get someone to basement, you can run like Iron Grasp Agitation and then basically just take them to basement from almost anywhere on the map. So that's really the primary use of that. But also I didn't really want to do that in this video because basement builds are like, I don't know. I find them boring. I mean, I don't really find Spirit to be the most thrilling gameplay either, but Spirit's at least a little bit more fun to me than basement gameplay, dude. I don't know, man. I don't really feel great about just taking every survivor to the basement and then camping them to death, you know? That's a little bit no bueno to me. But that's essentially what Agitation is good for. If you're not doing that, and people may disagree with me on this. I think there's some killers out there that actually really like Agitation and think it's like a pretty solid perk. I just personally don't think it does enough. I think it saves you like a second here and there when you're carrying someone to a hook. It gets you to the hook faster, which means you can get back into the map faster, which again can be kind of solid sometimes. It feels like compared to the impact that other perks have, you know? Like if you compare it to like, what if I had Pop Goes the Weasel this game? What if I had Hex Ruin this game? What if I had you know, say the best for last, barbecue and chili, fucking thrilling tremors. Like, what if I had any one of these perks this game? Oh, what the fuck? I was like, oh, there's a survivor here, but it's Jane's ghost. Fucking, that's the most dummy thick ghost I've ever seen in my life. These guys might have hidden lockers over here. Maybe? I don't know where they are. The Dwight healed, and I have no clue where the fuck they are now. These guys have just become ghosts. They've become fucking ninjas, dude. I was hoping with Stridor it would help me out a little, but it's really not. They're not doing any gens at all. There is no gen progress happening whatsoever. What the fuck are they doing? Are they just tilted? So now are they stealthing me out? Is that what's happening? I don't have whispers too, so if they are doing that, it's gonna be miserable, dude. It's gonna be miserable. Well, I guess we'll see. You know what, dude? I think this is gonna last a while. I'm gonna cut forward to where I find somebody, because I do not feel like sitting here and trying to fill all this dead time of these guys stealthing around and doing nothing. So you know what? I'm just gonna cut it to where I see somebody. Fucking finally, dude. Finally, they started doing gens. My goodness, dude. Holy, it was a while. It was a while, in case you're wondering. It took a while. All right, well, there we go. Good old Stridor coming through, making a moan in my ears and shit. Still have no idea where the Nancy is. She's out there hiding somewhere. Oh, I just saw a crow fly over there. So she's over here somewhere. I'm gonna hook this dude over here to see if I can then follow up and get the Nancy. She might have jumped in like this locker or something. I saw some crows over here. I saw like a crow jump up, I think. Pretty sure I did, right? But you'd think we'd hear her because she's injured, but she did have Iron Will. So she's like on the quieter side. Like we'd be able to hear her, but we'd only barely be able to hear her. Fuck, I don't know. She's a wizard. Did they burn any offerings for Hatch? They did not. Well, I guess we'll just be looking for Hatch now. I don't know. Yep, she found it. Touche. Touche. All right, well, GG's, boys. GG's. That one went pretty good. Went a lot better than the first one, that's for sure. The first game, we had some gamers. This game, we had some gamers, but they weren't gamers. They were just gamers. Back to honestly, the matchmaking feels the exact same. I gotta say, like the first game was like sort of good matchmaking. Like there was mostly red ranks and like people that were like pretty good at the game. I mean, they were like decent anyway. And this one feels like the exact same. Again, this is with me. This is me playing Spirit. I really shouldn't be judging the MMR system based on my Spirit MMR, because my Spirit is like probably my least played killer. I probably play this killer less than Hag, because even Hag I play a lot because people know I hate Hag, so they try to bait me into playing her any way they can. But like Spirit, I just never play, so it might have something to do with it too. I don't know. GG's, boys. GG's. This was a fun game. Let's go wrap it up. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. As far as my recommendations here, I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and just say Agitation, no. Just gonna go ahead and say no, don't recommend this. I don't think it's ever worth to pick this up out of the shrine ever. I think even if you want to get this, it's on a free killer, which is Trapper. Everybody owns Trapper. And also Trapper has other perks that are like equally as useful / useless, right? Like I think every single one of Trapper's perks, which is Agitation, Brutal Strength, Unnerving Presence, I think all three of those perks are specifically very niche. Like I think they're for very, very specific niche situations. And I think that they're all like the same level of useful or useless, right? Like they're not like I don't think any of them are standout, but all of them are like their own little niche. And I think if you want to just unlock nice niche perks, you can just level up Trapper at any point. But I don't really think you should prioritize it using shards. I just think it's kind of unnecessary. I think there's definitely better perks you can look out for. Stridor, on the other hand, is in a whole different boat where Stridor's a pretty solid perk, especially if you're wanting to play Spirit. If you want to play Nurse, this is a Nurse perk, so you don't really have to unlock it. You already have it for Nurse. But also, Nurse has really good teachables. She has Thanatophobia, which can be really good on a lot of killers, and Nurse's Calling, which is, in my opinion, up there and like one of the best overall killer perks. I think Nurse's Calling is a very, very solid perk on a lot of different killers. So if this one, it's hard too. I feel like if you're only interested in playing Spirit and like nobody else, then I would recommend picking this up. But if you're interested in playing a wide variety of killers, I would just level up Nurse and get her perks, because they're all pretty solid, and it would save you the shards that you can then spend on another perk that might be a little bit more niche, and it might be on like a killer, because Nurse is also free to play, so it's not like you really have to like buy a DLC for her either. So it might be worth saving for this. I think Nurse might just be worth leveling at some point. So yeah, I'm not really going to recommend either one, but I definitely recommend Stridor more than Agitation. You'd be crazy. I think you'd have to be crazy to pick up Agi in the Shrine. That's it for the video, though. Hope you guys liked this. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. Hope you guys enjoyed me doofing around on Spirit. If you guys liked the video, remember to leave it a like. It helps me a lot with the algorithm. Also, subscribe to the channel because I'm uploading almost daily. And also, stop by my live stream. I'm live on Twitch 6 nights a week over at twitch.tv/OhTofu. So feel free to stop by and say hello. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your night. I'm out of here. See ya. Take care. See ya. I'm out of here. See ya. See you later. See ya.